identity the entire tournament, which is skirmish.
Could be how it works out. But here we are onto the Rift for game number 1. T1 have elected to be on blue side, as they were, of course, the highest of the best of fives of this stage of worlds. Okay, let's maybe go with that. Thank you for look
at this damage though.
As Faker's down to about 100 health. A couple more autos will need to.
Should be very much in the know that Willer is here.
Yeah, Morgan doesn't have a reset right now as Wind Becomes Lightning does connect. There's the ulti to come.
The ulti that they have is Chovy.
Yeah, Shockwave going to come through. There's the hook perfectly lined up as Chovy just didn't want to flash. Eventually he will, but they actually blade surge forward or look for some of this CS as Carrier now searching for the hook, finds the play first. End of the line comes on in, and that is a very dead Aurelia and first blood.
But when you get that free kill, you push Chovy away, you get his flash. This is just easy pickings for this early game for T1. Well, this Drake is going to go over for free because there's a little bit of
a... I guess you want to be technically correct. As Gumayusi looking for Vista here underneath the turret. The flash gets him out of the way of the hook as Vista's looking to keep himself alive. Owner now in trouble as Deft turns up once again. He gets exhausted immediately. Vista, what the heck was that? Unbelievable!
Some extra gold here with this second Herald.
Yep. Turret going to go down low. Shockwave not quite able to find Chovy there as the ulti comes through. Faker so incredibly low after the bullet time, but isn't going to fall down. Doesn't have teleport, so he's going to be wanting to grab that as now Vista looking to come round once again. There's the ulti to come through from Morgan. Only one person can take that lantern, and now Canna could be in trouble. He's down so low and trying to get the damage out as Deft finishes him off in the end. Morgan likely to fall as well. It's 2 for 1 so far for T1. And Hanwha Life is for the moment. As Owner, below half health, great hook to come through from Carrier, but there is another stopwatch from this team. Of course, Willer, no way.
And there's so many moments where you think it's over, but then it's not.
It's not over.
Yeah, it's still not over, actually. Is 2 levels behind. Willer's going to go in onto Faker here. Still, no, doesn't have...
Hanwha Life is showing why they're in this quarterfinal.
Yep, Vista caught in amongst a whole lot of people as the Shockwave finds absolutely no one. Still, Carrier locks down that...
Rare circumstance where you can actually pull it off is to actually pull people out of their engages as Deft might be in trouble.
Yeah, kind of looking for the dive right underneath his turret. He had the shield.
You weren't able to. As they might go in here.
Faker looking for the Shockwave, finds it onto Willer there pretty comfortably as the ulti comes through to keep the Xin Zhao alive, but it's not going to work for long enough.
Have vision. Zoe is fighting blind, especially with all these brushes on Ocean Rift. So you're just...
Now he does get taken away as Shockwave.
Chu just walked into the Shockwave. He does use his Zhonyas. Try and keep himself up, and now will flash away, but Willer is going to pay for his sins. The ulti comes. Yeah, well, Carrier finds yet another hook, but there's no backup as now Morgan looking to get in there. Does dive into the back of the pit as Hanwha looking for more. The Baron does go over to T1, but can they keep themselves alive? Will any of these Barons make it out of the pit as Guma is about to say yes? The bullet time not finding the value they were looking for, but the bubble will now connect. And Chovy's going to find the paddle star there as well. So Owner has been taken down. 2 Barons remain on the side of T1. Are dangerous, but he does need to try and utilize them as these turrets are just falling one after the other. Vista, no ultimate available, but he's still stepping forward, trying to deny this turret from T1, but it is not going to work. The Red Bull Baron power. Hanwha still with a fair bit of fight left in them. Chovy looking for a bubble, doesn't quite find it there. As the teleport comes in, it's Faker that locks down the Drake as Willer's trying to keep himself alive once again. Flashes out. And he is going to survive for the moment, but to T1 is okay. Owner going to take a little bit of a nap here, but he's just so tanky. Willer can't say the same thing as Morgan looks for some stuns, but he's not going to quite find them. The Crescent Guard looks to try and keep Willer alive, but it isn't going to be enough as Canna's going to get knocked up, but that is just disengaged from Hanwha Life. Another dive forward as it is going to be
3 minions as well.
I mean, this is a fight that T1 just avoided.
Trying to do the very best to defend their base, but 2 inhibitors go down. 3-man Shockwave just found out of nowhere from Faker as Willer. The only way that he can go is forward. He is Xin Zhao. This kid has not changed. And T1, they're looking to end it all right here, right now, as Morgan very low as well. Trying to defend that one Nexus turret. Vista being a valiant defender, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The Nexus turrets just melt at the hands of Gumayusi's Crescendum. The Nexus going to follow suit, and T1, all business in game 1, destroy Hanwha Life Esports. Yes, I believe there might be.
Every single time. So that's got to be your win condition.
Even then, I think in the late game, once Kana has 2 or 3 items.
But now has full health once again. As Morgan, he can blast cone over, but the information is now there from T1. They know that this isn't going to work out as Owner is going to steal away the Rift Herald. Now Morgan diving on in immediately. He gets exhausted. Canna looking for Willer on the backline, but has Has he overextended? It's a question. Morgan staying alive for so long, and first blood goes to Faker. Chovy gets smashed into the wall at the back of HLE's pit, but does make his way out. Gumayushi trying to get him as they're not going to fall for that funny business.
Domestically, right? Like, this is one of the reasons why this team has faltered so much in summer, and we can
try to find any damage, and it's just not realistic.
Well, the rest of the team coming on over. Shirley's down very, very low as it's the flash on forward to get things started, but Willa just throws his life away in the end. Canna, yep, pretty immune right now as Vista looking to try and get his way out. Oh, not quite able to land the passive just there as the piercing arrow does a lot of work. Canna eventually, with the help of a few dots, is able to take down the Nautilus. As over the wall goes Chovy and into the death chamber with him as Morgan as well trying to walk his way out. T1 extraordinarily far ahead right now, 5-0 in the kills. Shirley steps up and they're looking to break down this turret as Canada's standing in, getting a bit of his thumbs up out there.
With him non-stop. We need everybody to go in all at once.
They're still trying to find something though as Canna dives on forward. It is going to be T1 locking down the Drake, but can they win the fight? And I think that the answer to that is yes, as Chovy, as this was a 5-game series, is now Canna looking to try and get more done. Gumayushi, a massive ulti in the backline. The Varus just dies. I didn't even see what he got hit by. It just gets completely obliterated.
Baby coming through.
It was just needled. He was just needled as Canna is just so extraordinarily strong right now. Willa trying to get away, but he's not going to be able to cut down the crocodile. It's going to be difficult, but does still have his circle available. Yeah, exactly. T1, they can just go over and grab it. And yes, congratulations, Hanwha Esports. You do have yourselves a Baron. But Faker is going to come through and try and do a 1v2. Ults himself. Gets a bit of extra damage down there, but Faker should still die.
The crying, I think, in the second game. And if you're a Hanwha Esports fan, the tears might already...
They're going to fight for this blue buff. It is going to be secured there by Chovy, so at least there's that. And now Owner actually in a bit of trouble. He's going to flash his way out. Faker there to follow up, though, as he dives on forward with that Ring of Frost. Still has the ultimate. Also has a Zhonya's as well, as Faker actually going to fall here. He'd already used that Frozen Tomb, so unfortunately no option to have that one. It's a 1-for-1 thus far.
It was much more possible with the state of the game, but team play has become so much more important.
Well, looking for a bit of a fight here. Depth charge comes down from Vista. He's still very healthy as Willa comes through with the ulti. Okay, ult down now. 5 on over the side. Steadfast presence is going to be there, and the Poppy locks down the Baron. Now can they win the fight, though, as they immediately just run over Chovy. And with Chovy dead, there is nothing left. It's a triple kill for Gumayushi, and Depth finds himself alone. I think this is the end for Hanwha Esports in game number 2. As Deft not going to be able to cleanse again, and that's going to be the ace given over. T1 storm down the mid lane in an extraordinarily dominant first 2 games. They'll bring themselves to match point.
They've neutered Deft in the early game. They prevented Chovy from getting a lead back-to-back, game after game here. Chovy's not able to carry. He's not able to pop off. Morgan not getting ahead. And these early game, extremely tempo-based compositions that we're seeing Hanwha Esports try to run into game 2. Another pick that I would have liked here would have been the Gangplank as well. I think it could have been very playing 2 different versions of the same composition here in games 2 and 3. Again, I think a lot of that last game really turned when that Blast Cone was destroyed. Morgan didn't get the team fight, and they got totally just the first Drake. Now you have a slight advantage, a little bit of extra resistances here going into that upcoming fight. Plus, you can, if later on the game was fairly even, you can force those earlier Drake contests.
Extraordinarily low though, and T1 are closing in on this bottom side of the map. Deft, yeah, Vista's gonna have to cancel the back because he doesn't want to leave Deft alone, because the Rake's gonna be avoided this time. Deft is gonna flash, get himself out of the way. Not a lot of
extra gold going through. They get a Drake here. And, I mean, killing Faker with this rotation up here for Hanwha.
But if it comes on out, Chains of Corruption are going to be the answer, so that means Hanwha should be able to get Shirley, but the Moonlight Vigil comes down. That's stolen away, though. Owner actually diving forward. Faker using his ult to make sure no one can get out. Depth going to be the first victim. That's another one to go down as well, as unfortunately Will is not going to be able to Ragnarok that, and Chovy's still alive. Morgan is his only teammate that's also there, and unfortunately, it's not for too much longer. He needs to try and get through both Canna and Faker. Okay, fight's continuing to erupt here. The flash has to come through because the return of the Rake was going to be enough to get rid of Chovy, and he's getting closed in upon. Carrier actually gets it with the edge of the hook.
But the cohesion and the teamfight execution from T1 is...
Hanwha Life Esports don't have any vision on the Baron. They know what's being done, though. They're going to go through this choke point.
Yeah, some scary guns on Gumushi as well as the ult comes forward from Vista, trying to start this one off in their favor. It's not the steal, and it's just a dead Willa to start this one off. But at least Morgan dives on forward, takes out Faker, tries to drive by, but it's not going to work. Deft now going to be the focus. It's Gumushi. That's so many chakrams. He is terrifying on this Aphelios. Vista going to get taken down, and now Owner parkours his way into this top lane. Deft a sitting duck right now, and it's the double kill to come through from the T1 jungler, and that I think was this is going to get hooked.
Don't miss.
Yeah, Kerry is just a little bit too good on this Thresh. As yeah, Faker's going to come on through. I don't know, man. Even a miracle may not be enough here as Hanwha, they don't even get towards the pit. The Baron is secured. Willa now down extraordinarily low. It says he's unstoppable, but it's looking pretty stoppable right now as Gumiyushi's dominating as he takes down the jungler. Hanwha now running for the hills as quickly as possible. Decent disengage ult from Vista as Chovy dives into the back line. Gets exhausted though straight away. Morgan with the dominance gets on top of Gumiyushi, but there's so much peel and he is going to be okay. Lantern thrown out for Faker as Chovy flashes himself out of the way. Morgan doing the same thing as Owner goes golden. Vista and Deft still alive for the moment. But the Talon has found the Varus, and yes, the base is being absolutely destroyed. Chovy now on the wrong side, and this is going to be the ace almost, as Morgan the only one left remaining. But Nexus turrets aren't going to be here, and T1, they are just looking to end this game right here and put Hanwha Life Esports out of their misery. Canna was staying there for quite some time, but honestly, he probably can, as the rest of T1 are going to turn up.
This game would have already been over if Faker was actually able to finish his teleport. He was teleporting to the bot side wave, but Chovy interrupted him. It doesn't even matter though.
It's heroic, but it's not going to matter. T1 will 3-0 Hanwha Life Esports. They wanted to do this in the World's Gauntlet. Thankfully, they got